following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Phoenix, Arizona, this is Brother Mike. I'm back on the radio. Welcome to Filthy Fridays on HardcoreChristianity.com. Today's Bible study. Jennifer Lopez. Halftime of the Super Bowl. Softcore porn for all the kiddies. Hey, will you call somebody and tell them radio program's on? Brother Mike's on Filthy Fridays now. This one's going to get a little bit racy. Sorry about that. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center in Phoenix. We're downtown on 15th Avenue, just south of Osborne Road. On our website, HardcoreChristianity.com, we have all of our ministry services. 2 live services per week. Thursday night is our healing room, 7 p.m. And Brother Rick and the ministry team are doing an incredible job with the anointing on Thursday nights. 7 p.m. Friday night is my teaching service for my radio listeners. It's also streamed on our YouTube streaming channel. You can pick it up on the website or go to youtube.com/House of Healing AZ. When you go to the website, you can sign up for another free seminar. The radio archives, you can hit the PayPal button and send us a donation. Please contact Sister Karen if you happen to be selling your home. She loves working with born-again Christians. It's her specialty. She's on the home page of the website. Thank you for all your support from our darkskyradio.com listeners and from all my faithful listeners at KXXT Christian Radio here in our 18th year. Softcore porn and the NFL. Of course, the NFL is a extremely corrupt, rotten organization in the United States run by demons. And of course, they exhibited the depth of their filth and immorality during the halftime show with Jennifer Lopez. She's a massively demon-possessed a woman who is a lust magnet. The only one comparable to her is Beyonce. Both of them are loaded with lust demons to the absolute max. And of course the Bible speaks about people like this all over the place. 2 Timothy chapter 3. Know this also, Paul said, in the last days perilous times shall come. The Greek word for perilous there is kalapos. It means dangerous. Dangerous times are ahead for all of us. Men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, and proud. That describes Jennifer and Beyonce. Luke chapter 21, take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life, so that day comes upon you unaware. Now here Jesus in Luke chapter 21 is talking about the rapture and Christians missing the rapture. He's talking to Christians here, Luke chapter 21. It's a discourse for born-again Christians who could miss the rapture if their lives are overtaken by drunkenness and the cares of this life. Jesus said, quote, for as a snare it shall come upon all them that dwell on the face of the earth. So watch, therefore, and pray always that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. What's he talking about there? In the previous section of the Luke 21, he was talking about the tribulation. You want to miss the tribulation and escape it? You better not let your life be overcome with drunkenness, surfeiting, and the cares of this life. Unbelievable. 2 Peter chapter 3, know this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts. Super Bowl halftime show, Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, and all the rest, Hollywood. 2 Timothy chapter 4, preach the word, Paul said to Timothy, be instant in season and out. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all longsuffering and doctrine. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts they will heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. Absolutely incredible. After the Super Bowl, they interviewed Jennifer Lopez and said, didn't you think that performance was a little bit too racy? There were some people that thought it was a little bit too much. Her response was laughter, it says. She was dismissing everybody who thought it was inappropriate, calling it a small faction of people. This was her interview in Variety magazine. She said it was silly and called it inappropriate for people to criticize the performance. She said she and Shakira, that was the one, a partner in the Lust Fest, are, quote, really respectful performers who are moms and have kids who are very conscious of what we do. Can you imagine her saying that? Here is a person, and here's what Satan does. He creates in the person's mind a series of sinful delusions, and he sears the person's conscience. Paul used that term seared. It's the Greek word kateriazo. It means to cauterize. Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce, and the rest of them are demon-possessed lust magnets who have seared consciences. They're like politicians. They have no capacity for right and wrong. Absolutely none. Politicians are very much exactly the same way. Their consciences are seared. It says in the article, Lopez didn't outline her definition of respectful nor explain how her skimpy outfit and pole dancing fit into those parameters. Quote, we did a show that I believe was a celebration of women and our Latino culture that was really well received. Translation, the Latino culture is apparently satanic, loaded with lusts. And Jesus was warning the church, don't let the lust of the world filter into your life or you will miss the rapture and you will be stuck here during the tribulation. She said, quote, that small faction of people that want to be negative about it, not something I can even let in because it was such an amazing night. So many beautiful things came out of it. Well, yeah, stimulating lustful behavior and thoughts and desires all over the planet Earth is the power of Satan. He can use you to evangelize the entire earth. The Super Bowl is the most watched program on television anywhere in the world, with the possible exception of the World Cup in soccer. But the whole wide world watches the Super Bowl practically. And she was pole dancing and grabbing her crotch, celebrating demon possession and lust at a staggering level all over the world. And the NFL was encouraging her to do it. The NFL is a rotten, satanic organization. And they encouraged her to corrupt the minds of young people and innocent children everywhere, all across the planet Earth. That's how powerful the devil is. If you serve him, he'll get you on a huge stage and use you to corrupt the entire planet. He has that power and he has that capacity. Lopez went on to explain some of the messages and the themes the program allegedly portrayed. Quote, the message of standing up for yourself, being a woman, that's what I want to pass on to little girls. Okay, this was while she was grabbing her crotch and pole dancing, wearing virtually nothing. She and the other woman were wearing very little. You're strong, you're beautiful, everything about you. Be proud of it, and I'm very proud of the performance. Here you see someone with a seared conscience who's possessed by demons, who has no concept now of what's right or wrong. Adultery and lust and sexual sin is so common that the person's conscience becomes seared. This happens on every level. Someone gets heavily involved with lust. As a counselor over the years, I've treated many people and counseled many people who have come in with sex addictions. This is exactly what happens with a porn addiction. The demons enter the person's brain, they sear their conscience, and the pornography gets more and more perverted and more wicked because their conscience continues to sear more and more. Jesus was warning the church. He was warning the church, don't let these things influence you. Don't let them enter your life, because as a born-again Christian, you can miss the rapture. Luke chapter 21, I'll read it again. Take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged. Okay. Can you imagine that? Overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness. Surfeiting is the Greek word krypale, and it means to have a headache or have some physical ailment associated with chemical abuse or alcoholism, drug abuse. Krypale, surfeiting, damaging yourself through the use of chemicals. Drunkenness, that's referring to alcoholism. And the cares of this life. Merimnao is the Greek word for cares there. It means anxieties and fears. So that day will come upon you unaware. What day? The day of the rapture. Jesus said it will be like a snare that comes over the entire earth. Watch, therefore. Pray always that you may be accounted worthy. Come on. Worthy to escape all these things that shall come upon. Can you believe that? All these things that will come to pass so you may stand before the Son of Man. If you're a born-again Christian, you're celebrating this, blessing young people through this halftime show at the Super Bowl, a giant satanic, demon-possessed lust fest. That kind of behavior is going to lead you to missing the rapture. Luke chapter 21. If you don't believe me, read it yourself. Folks, if you've got lust demons and you were on porn or something happened to you, you slept with someone that had demons, they transferred into your body during intercourse, you can be set free. 602-636-5800. God can set you free from a Super Bowl halftime show.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.